We're back again, Startup City Boy speaking, and here I had taken out the bones from the fish, and now we're going to be preparing to salt the fish. You need to cut it up in slices, just slightly, so that the salts can fit in. And then we will leave, as you can see, the fish has a shape of a kind. We leave the skin on so that the fish doesn't fall apart, and we put it in plastic bags, and then we put over it salts and peppers and garlic, and if you want garlic, of course. Usually it's simply done with bay leaves, herbs, and it's really tasty with boiled potatoes. It's what we usually serve as a normal dish on the table when we're having vodka. What kind of vodka is preferable? Today they're making better vodkas with different flavors you can find in the market, in the shops. You can also add the fish head if you want, because it has its own juices inside, so you can remove the gills from the fish so that it's not bitter. It's just for taste. The fish head has a lot of taste in it. In this case, I will leave it out just so that you guys are not feeling all put off from it, So I got some salt for 20 naira. We salt the fish. What the effect of salted fish does is that it wakes you up, especially during winter when everybody wants to sleep. You leave it over a period of time, depending on how salty you want it to be. You can add various things depending on what type of taste you have. What can we be talking about when it comes to professionalism? You see, a lot of people are using too many big words today as regards what an action person has to be. Unfortunately, action people are frowned upon because people fall into moods, swings, and action people are often considered narcissists, but they are just ambitious people who have been placed in positions where they have to govern over other people. So at the beginning, they usually lose their leadership skills when they have to reprogram themselves from being action-like to supervisor, executive, or directorial positions. So one needs to understand what narcissism really means. It means doing everything by yourself, for yourself, and ignoring orders. Here I'm going to put some little pepper. In Nigeria we like pepper, so we have some chilies, and usually there is a different kind of narcissism that goes on in the Nigerian setting, which is the desire to shout at anybody for anything at literally any point. In Europe, for shouting at colleagues, you could be sued because that's considered harassment. Let me inform you what happens to people when you shout at them. What happens is that they become dull, and you get even more frustrated than you should have. And that way is why businesses collapse. If you're busy shouting at people, nothing tangible is going to come out of it. I'm putting vinegar in. And we have to realize that narcissists are often people who are money driven, who don't realize that focusing just on money can result in, put some black pepper. Usually you put the black peppercorns as seeds, but I can't open this thing now, so I'm simply making for myself, you know. Narcissists will never admit that they have done something wrong, which diminishes the very essence of a business. I'm putting some bay leaf in there. Narcissists usually pretend to be all-knowing, all-seeing, all-doing, but that's because sometimes they plan ahead far more than the normal average human being. They are set to push a company to a particular level, and when people do not understand that competition is important in this life in order to succeed in business, they often find themselves at loggerheads with people. We have also people in the company who are subliminal narcissists. What they do is that they make others do their jobs for them. So a way to catch a narcissist is to ask them to simply implement and show an example of how to get something done. So now I'm tying up the herring. I hope it's a herring. I'm not too sure about what to name the fish. So here, when you are making this salted fish, you simply need to turn it often from side to side and have it I used a little bit warm water because in Africa water is not clean. You need to boil it, and then you preserve your fishes this way. Yesterday I made salted cabbage, which is Korean kimchi. So today I'm making this salted fish. So I hope you liked the discussion today. What next I'm going to do is I'm going to boil some palm kernel, and I'm going to have it as a snack in salted water. So it actually tastes good when it's warm. You can do it in a microwave if you have a microwave. I'm going to do it in the rice cooker. Then afterwards, I'm going to be doing pickled okras. They're very fresh. It's also very interesting to make salty pickled vegetables like okra. And hopefully I'm going to make stuffed sweet chili pepper. We call it tatashi in Nigeria. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this today. Next, Startup City Boa speaking.